Welcome. In this video, we are going to solve a multi-step equation that focuses on variables on both sides. As a reminder, when we go through a solving equations checklist, we think parentheses first, use distributive property to simplify, combine any like terms, move all variables to one side of the equal sign and then numbers to the other, isolate the variable, and then solve in box. Also, if you're getting a level 4, you want to plug that answer back in to make sure it works. All right. This equation features variables on both sides. We have 5x minus 14 is equal to 8x plus 4, excuse me. I've already drawn a line through my equal sign so that I can make sure that I keep my work rewritten on both sides. So we don't have any parentheses in this equation, so we can't use step 1, and we have no terms to combine because on this side of the equal sign I have a variable and a number, and on this side I have a variable and a number. So now it comes down to moving all the variables to one side and then all the numbers to the other side. Now, as I say sometimes in class, there are multiple ways to start this problem. You can start by moving the 5x, you can move the negative 14, you can move the 8x, or you can move the 4. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and simplify the x's first. Now, I'm going to just decide to move the x's first. I can move 5x here, and I know that if I do that I have to subtract 5x. So I could subtract 5x from 8x or 8x from 5x. I know that if I take 5 away from 8, I'm going to get a positive number, and I like positive numbers better. So I'll go ahead and start by first subtracting 5x from this side because the 5, it's being added to the negative 14. If you think about it that way, I know you think 5x minus 14, but it's the same thing as 5x plus negative 14. So subtracting 5x here, subtracting 5x here, and I'm going to do a rewrite. So 5x minus 5x is canceled out, and then I bring the negative 14 down, bring my equal sign down. 8 minus 5 is 3x and positive 4. All right, so now I have all my x's over to the right side, and I want to get all my numbers over to the left side. So I need to undo plus 4. And the way I undo addition is I use subtraction. So subtract 4 here, and I subtract 4 here. So if you think about rewriting here, you already have negative 14, and you have to subtract 4 more. So you're going even more to the left of the number line from 0. So negative 14 combined with negative 4 becomes negative 18. And we have equals 3x here. Positive 4 minus 4 is, of course, 0. So now I have negative 18 equals 3x, and I want to isolate the variable. So x has been multiplied by 3 here, and I want to get x alone. The way we get rid of the multiplication is we do the opposite operation, which is division. So I'm going to divide this side by 3, and I have to do property of equality the other side here. So I'm going to divide negative 18 by 3. And I'm going to go ahead and rewrite by simplifying. So negative 18 divided by 3. 18 divided by 3 I know is 6. Negative divided by a positive is going to be a negative. So negative 6 is on this side equals 3 divided by 3 is 1. Anything divided by itself is 1. 1x. So my answer is negative 6 is equal to x. Let's plug that back in to check and see if it works. So, all right, so we got the answer negative 6 here, and we want to plug it back in to check and see if that's the correct answer, and it makes the equation true. So I've rewritten the equation 5x minus 14 is equal to 8x plus 4, and I plugged in negative 6 because that's our answer. So now I'm going to go through using order of operations to simplify each side. I have parentheses, but I don't have anything in the parentheses that needs to be solved on either side, so I'm going to move on. I have no exponents, so just now I'm looking at multiplication and division. So going through this side, I have 5 times negative 6, and that gives us negative 30. And then I bring that negative 14 down, equals 8 times negative 6 is going to be negative 48, and I have the plus 4 bringing it down here. So now I'm going to go through this line and check, do I have any multiplication or division? I don't. Do I have any addition or subtraction? So I have negative 30 minus 14. So that means I'm already at negative 30, and I need to go to the left of the number line 14 more times. Another way to think about this, though, the way I think about it is I have 30 plus 14, that's 44, and they're both negative, so it's going to be negative 44. So this is the end of the line here on this side. Now I have negative 48 plus 4 here, and so that's negative 48. It's like I'm in debt 48, and then I add 4 positive, so I'm bringing it 4 back towards 0, so that's going to be negative 44. So both sides are negative 44. That makes the equation true. Therefore, negative 6 is the correct answer.